Today we all Sahajogis are standing on the brink of the ocean of humanity, where we have to face the problems of human beings. Otherwise, in the nature, there are no problems. They are all already solved. So one has to understand that it's not just a movement of few people, chosen people, just to achieve self-realization. But it's a big revolution which has to bring forth the beauties of human beings, the glories of human beings, the proof of divinity, of divine power, and of God Almighty. We have to now face that multitude of people who are absolutely ignorant compared to you, who have not known the knowledge of God, who are either lost into the darkness of ignorance or are burning in the fire of ego. We have to transform this world into a new world, a beautiful world, which you all are enjoying, to be established on this earth, for which we have to prepare ourselves. So far, Sahaja Yoga means blessings. If somebody is less blessed, they ask me questions, how is it, mother, we haven't got this when we are praying to you? Why did it not work out? It should have happened. After all, we are worshipping you. So how is it that my son did not get the job? So, as if it's sort of some debts have to be paid to all the Sahajogis by Sahaja Yoga. That sort of a attitude has been so far towards Sahaja Yoga of not all of you, I must say, but in the minds there's lurking always a desire to know why, when we are Sahajogis, why should it happen to us? Now you've seen that God has blessed you. Some people had very miserable married life. They couldn't understand why they had to have a miserable married life. Some had some misfortunes, and some had some diseases also after coming to Sahaja Yoga. So there has to be understanding that Sahaja Yoga is for correcting your life, for putting you on solid basis, on proper foundations, to make you great people, as if it gets you immune to all these mishappenings, with blessings, of course. So you don't feel the effects of those misfortunes so much as you would normally feel. Thus creates beautiful human beings out of you. Some people have hankering after money. Some people think they can make money by coming to Sahaja Yoga. Some people think they will become leaders, or some think they will have fame. Some think that they will achieve a kind of a very dominant position and something that they can befool me also. It's high time we realize that Sahaja Yoga is not for this. Sahaja Yoga is for making you the wisest person, the sanest person, the most generous, and the most confident person in the world. Because you have to fight. You have to fight the dark ignorance of Kali Yuga, of ages which is precipitated, and today we see all the bad effects of it. Whatever you may call it. You may call it the fanaticism, you may call it the atheism, any isms of any kinds, and all these human projections which have created all those artificial webs have to be broken. But human beings on the whole believe that these artificial webs are real. So to break that, you have to also be careful that you don't break the human beings. While you are breaking their false faiths, you have to remember that those people who are carrying those false faith are the ones who have to achieve self-realization. It's a very delicate work, it's a very hard work, it's a very harsh work, but it is the most detached work. And when we realize that we are so important, that God has blessed us with this peace, with this understanding, with these powers, it's not only for our own gain, because God is not only for you, He is for the whole world. So we have to utilize them, we have to spread them, work it out at every level. We have to become dynamic about it. But the most important thing is the responsibility of Sahaja Yoga we have to take. We are Sahaja Yogis, and we are responsible for Sahaja Yoga. What have we done for Sahaja Yoga? We looked after our family, our children, our jobs, our this, our that, motor cars, our horses, our dogs, our cats. But who is responsible for Sahaja Yoga? When it comes to that point, we are responsible, Sahaja Yoga. Then it works out. And works out in a way. What's the matter? Who's that? All right, doesn't matter. Outside. That's the disturbance only. But there is a deliberate action also of the negative forces. And this negativity is acting through ignorant people who believe that they are right. They don't know what is waiting for their destruction there. Especially among our young people, you will find they just join any party, join any club, join any methods, any trend, anything, just because they have no understanding as to what they have to be. They have to be the spirit. I asked the other day a president of a young organization, what is your policy? He said, we have no policy. They started looking here and there, said, we have no policy. I was amazed that they have no policy. No, whatever our leaders say, we do it. So to get people out of this kind of slavery that they have no brains of their own, they can't use their own understanding, they have to become the spirit. Shivaji, who was a great Atma Sakshatkari, a realized soul, for the future he is given the message, he said Swadharma Jagavava, means enlighten your dharma of spirit, Swadharma. The spirit has to be enlightened. Everybody has said that. I'm specially quoting him because he comes from Maharashtra. Apart from that, he was a political head. Though he was a political head, but because he was a realized soul, he said that your spirit should be awakened. He didn't talk of all other nonsensical things. And he knew that unless and until the spirit is awakened, people will be doing all kinds of wrong things. And that is why today we find all over the world the mess in which all political parties, all economic endeavors, all military endeavors have fallen into. So it is for us to take over and to show them what is an integrated life and what is the strength of a human being. Because the Shakti is within everyone. Just praying to Shakti, just talking about Shakti, it doesn't act. But this divine Shakti has to act and act through you people. Just try to realize that within these few years, how much knowledge you have got, how much you know, how deeply you know. You are not just passing slogans or talking, but you know it. You know what it is. I don't think I have attended to each one of you individually. But through your spirit only, you have come to know all the knowledge about yourself and knowledge about others. You didn't have to go to any library, you didn't have to go to any university. All the saints never went. None of the saints went to any university or read any books. But how knowledgeable they were because they were the spirit. So the first and foremost responsibility of a Sahajogi on this day is to be the spirit. On the day when we are celebrating the birthday of Christ, who was the spirit. So this is our greatest responsibility first to see that are we the spirit or we are this body, this mind, this ego. What are we? If you have achieved that state, then you are, as they call in Marathi, samartha, means you are equal to your name, that you are the spirit. If you cannot achieve that, then you are a half-baked Sahajogi, not yet done. As you know, we have no organizations, no memberships, nothing. But we have one thing, that we know we are realized souls. That we know more than all others know. And that we are not proud of it. We are very humble people. But this humility should not become a stagnation or a lethargy within us that now we are realized soul, let us sit on a tree and have our blessings. You have to get to the roots. And you all have to work it out on your level. But first, get rid of your own personal problems, all petty things that you have. When we talk of sacrifice, as you know in Sahaja Yoga, I have not known what sacrifice people have done. You have to sacrifice your ego, which is a headache to you and to me. And you have to sacrifice your conditioning. Only two things, left and right. And that can be achieved, and many have achieved. But now put that detached personality to a test. And then once you are sure that you are detached, then employ your energy in doing constructive improvement of this whole world. It will work out for poverty, it will work out for politics, it will work out for economics, it will work out for every field of life. Such yoga is the only solution because in this human beings are transformed. It's not like this that one person changes the address or the badge that he's wearing and he becomes something else. Or from church to temple and temple to church. It's something within that transforms you, makes you knowledgeable. So you are already Satchidanand because you know the truth. You are in joy and your attention is enlightened. With all this that you have, what are we to do now? If you enlighten the light, it automatically knows that it has to give the light. In the same way, all the Sahajogis have to take the responsibility for this great war we have started. It's not the war with swords or with atomic energies because they are all destructive. This is the war against all the destructive powers through the power of love, which is constructive, which constructs human beings, which constructs societies, which constructs countries and the whole world. That is your own. And also, this decision has to be your own. Even if I give big lectures and say things, it may not have any effects whatsoever on you. It might be just wasted. If you haven't got the capacity to imbibe what I'm saying, so important, so imminent. Now give up all the worries you have about your small, small, little things of your family, of your work, your factories, of your business, of your official positions, and just know that everything has to go through surgery. Even the cooking I do it through Sahaj. If the fire is not working, just put your hands to the fire, it becomes all right. If the rice is not cooking, put your hands to the rice, it cooks. Anything going wrong anywhere, you can use your vibrations. But I don't know what to use to make you feel responsible for such. That now we've got such a great thing with us. And what are we going to do about it? Not realize, but they're already getting into it. are already having this problem. They are worse than people who crucified Christ. This is everyday crucifixion. So it's a great occasion today to celebrate the birth of Christ who came on this earth to help us in our resurrection, to talk about the Holy Ghost. He bear, uh, he was bearing all the brunt of the people, everything. But the outcome of that life is so horrifying that sometimes I get worried that I hope they don't make something out of me like that. It's such a stupid ideas people have in the West that for any sensible man, he can see the way they're emotional, romantic, nonsensical. They have no respect for themselves. And to follow Christ with that kind of an attitude is, I think, is they have no business, they have no right. But it has happened. Now you people are born again. As Christ has said, you are to be born again. You have achieved that state which Christ was talking about. You are the special type of people. I never had such hopes, I must say. The first encounter was so horrible that I didn't think that many will come out of it. But so many of you have come out of it and have really glorified the name of Christ, no doubt about it. And keep it up. I would request you now to know that you are Sahajogis and that you are the followers of Christ. You are the Gnostics as described. You are the ones who know. And that's how you have to help people to emancipate. It is very surprising that I saw that the Western life, the stupid, destructive ideas did not kill the innocence. Like the clouds, all these affectations were there. But once the Kundalini rose, the innocence started expressing itself. But still, I would say that this kind of uh, lovey-dovey stuff must be given up. It is just most unchristian because if you see his life was a life of a tapasvi, a man who lived in a very uh, detached manner, in Nisanga. So for Sahajogis who are coming from Christian life, have to understand if they have to get rid of it, they should be like that. But on the contrary, see the interest in marriages, the interest in all this kind of thing, and after marriage is a bit too much. It's so much in it. I mean, it's absurd. It's absurd in Sahaja Yoga. It's one of the lifestyles. It's all right, one of the part. It's not everything. And it covers the whole entire personality of a Christian personality. Not with Muslims or Hindus. I've seen that. I mean, I'm married too. This doesn't cover my whole entire being with it. How can it? And that's the problem is that once marriage system starts, anything starts, oh, it's become so important. And I'm faced with problems all the time. The marriage is performed, then letters will be coming. This has happened to my marriage. They must get married. Nobody is such that supposing now one is finished, live without marriage. They cannot do it. Just can't live. Christ never got married. They cannot have that tapasvita in them. And they depend so much. They'll ruin their wives, they'll ruin their husbands, they'll ruin Sahaja Yoga, they'll take them away. But it's something surprising. The importance of Sahaja Yoga is so minimized by this Christian mind. Uh, I don't know from where these ideas have come to. It's a juxtaposition, as you can call it, juxtaposition. There is no similarity between the life Christ must have thought people would lead and the people are leading. So it is necessary for Sahajogis to have a dignity and a sense and to know that they are grounded in Sahaja and marriage and all those things are just subsidiary. It's not the end of life. And when I see that happening, I'm rather surprised in Sahaja. I have to marry people because I believe that one should lead a proper married life. Because if you just take up a sannyasa without going through this married life, you can be very much hypocritical. But that doesn't mean that marriage is everything. It's not so important. It's just something has to happen. It's not even important than any puja. It's not even important than praying to me. It's not even important than meditating. It's not important at all than even eating your food. The more ado you start making of it, you fall into the same trap from where I pulled you out. So, the other day I was telling people about what they have to do about these caste system we have in India. So, in the society of Sahajogis, it should be only a 1 day affair or 2 day affair at the most. But so much importance. Husband, wives getting married and solving their problems. I get a headache. And they'll always come, my wife, she's like this, and wife's sister like that, and wife's this. And one should be ashamed even to say that, my wife. In India, nobody says like that. I don't think anybody will say, my wife. Not said, done. At the most, they'll say, my children's mother. And if you have no children, you don't say anything. So, this is the doom from which you have come out. Please try to understand. From hell we have come out. Absolutely wrong ideas we had. From there we have come out. Now, be dignified, be sensible, and over importance to such an important thing will not allow you to rise very high in life. But I don't say you don't marry, you must marry. Of course, if you have a Sahajogini who is also a good Sahajogini and she knows about Sahajoga, and then of course you are helped much more, definitely. You get much more uh, power, much more understanding, much more joy, and it's very good. But the interrelationship is so important on small, small things. It's just beyond me to understand. Then I see that then the girls fall in love with a man whom they marry. Finished. The man is finished, the woman is finished. Today I'm taking this great occasion to tell you that Christ was born to Immaculate. And that's how I have given you your second birth. And you are so pure. So all the impurities, you must see them clearly. I know you don't like them, but they still creep from here and there. Of course, if the society you see in the West is a society which, of course, there's no family, no wife, nothing of the kind. So it's slightly better than that. But again, you get stuck. If you have to come up to the stage, you have to give up the staircase. You think that you have achieved a lot because now you have a settled family and settled children, and you are only worried about your own children all the time. No, it's another temptation. It's a very big temptation. So, on the great occasion of the birth of Christ, we have to say to ourselves that we are dedicated to Sahaja. That's the main thing. Everything is subsidiary. I hope you'll understand that we are now on the cusp of a wave from where we are going to jump onto another wave, which will be much higher than this. But you must have the worthiness. If you are not seaworthy, you will be drowned. So we have to develop that worthiness. And we have Christ before us. What a life. What a life it was. He lived like a human being in a humble way. And what a life. And how truthfully forthright he was to say everything so clearly. In the same way, you will have your strength when you will know that you are much more than a married man and you are much more than your nationality. You are a higher personality, a Sahaja who is dwelling in the bliss of the kingdom of God. That's the bliss, not the family bliss and the children bliss, but the bliss of God. May God bless you. आजचा दिवस आपण ख्रिस्ताच्या जन्माचा म्हणून मानतोय. पुष्कळांनी मला विचारलं की माताजी तुम्ही ख्रिस्ती धर्मात का जन्म घेतला. तर त्याला कारण दोन. एकतर माझे आई वडील अत्यंत विशेष लोक होते, म्हणजे अगदी काहीतरी विशेष. दोघही जण अत्यंत धार्मिक आणि फार उच्च प्रतीचे लोक होते. असे आजकाल मिळणं कठीण आहे. आणि माझ्या आईनी तुमच्या फर्ग्युसन कॉलेजमधनं ऑनर्स मॅथमॅटिक्स मध्ये केले होते. रँगलर परांजपेची शिष्या होती. आणि वडील आहे संस्कृताचे पंडित होते. त्यांना 14 भाषा येत असत. आणि ह्या अशा दोन पुण्यवान लोकांच्या घरी जन्माला यावं असा आम्ही बेत केला. त्यात आणखीन ख्रिश्चन होते बरं, कारण ख्रिश्चन लोकांचं आपल्या हिंदुस्थानात अशी वाईट स्थिती आहे की त्यांना असं वाटतं की ख्रिस्त हा इंग्लंडला जन्मला आणि इंग्लिश लोकांचं अनुकरण करायचं, त्यांच्यासारखं वागायचं, त्यांच्यासारखे कपडे घालायचे, तसं हुदडायचं, हे सगळं काही म्हणजे ख्रिश्चन धर्माचं लक्षण. एक ही गोष्ट. आणि दुसरे म्हणजे आमचे प्रोटेस्टंट ख्रिश्चन जे आहेत तर ते बुद्धिवादी आहेत. त्याने ख्रिस्ताला आपल्या बुद्धीत बसवून घेतात, त्या चाकोरीत बसवलेले आहे. आणि त्यांच्यापेक्षा जास्त धर्म मार्तंड म्हणजे फॅनेटिक्स मी पाहिलेले. भयंकर अत्यंत अंधश्रद्धेने भरलेले लोक, अत्यंत. त्यांना काहीही कोणचं कष्ट चालत नाही. रविवारी उठायचं, तयार बियार व्हायचं, काहीतरी चर्चला जायचं, घरी यायचं, झालं काम संपलं. सगळा धर्म तिथे आला कामात. आणि बाकीच्या वेळेला उखाळ्या पाखाळ्या काढत बसायचं. म्हणजे त्या बाबतीत महाराष्ट्रीयन तेवढा भाग जर धरला तर अगदी बक्कुल महाराष्ट्रीयन आपल्या कशा असतात ना, बायका पुरुष, ह्याचं काढ त्याचं काढ. आणि ख्रिश्चन झाल्यावर सुद्धा जाती येतात त्यांच्यात. म्हणजे आम्ही लोक आता शालिवाहनांचे वंशज, आणि शालिवाहन ह्यांचं आता हे फार मोठे राजपूत होते चित्तोडगडचे, तर त्यांचं नाव आणायचं कुठे, तर त्यांना आता 96 कुळी त्यांनी बनवलं. 96 कुळी मराठी, आणि त्यांना सालवे असं नाव दिलं. आणि ते व्यवस्थित आता पुस्तकात सालवे नाव दिले, 96 कुळी. आणि त्या 96 कुळीतलेच ख्रिश्चन आम्ही लग्न करणार. हे बघा कुठे मिळणार 96 कुळीचे, अहो इथेच मिळत नाही तर त्याच्यात काय मिळणार. मग तुमचं गोत्र काय, इथून सुरुवात. गोत्रावर आता हिंदू लोकांचं त्यांचं गोत्र माहित असतं, पण ख्रिश्चन जे मराठ्यातले किंवा ब्राह्मणातले झाले त्यांना पक्क माहित त्यांचं गोत्र बित्र. लग्न करायचं सुद्धा अगदी चर्चमध्ये एक झालं तर झालं, म्हणून मग घरी येऊन सगळे तेच प्रकार अगदी. त्याच्यामुळे मला सगळं माहितीये. अजिबात काही मग तिकडे ख्रिश्चन धर्म दिसत नाही. तर सगळं घास घालणे सगळं काही तो प्रकार संबंध तसाच्यात. म्हणजे नावाला ख्रिस्ती व्हायचं आणि त्यातली निदान एवढी तरी त्यांची बाब सुटली असती की जात नको तो तेही सोडायचं नाही. ते तसंच्या तसं म्हणजे इथपर्यंत की आमच्या सगळ्यांच्या कुंडल्या काढल्या हो. आणखीन आपल्या महाराष्ट्रात एक वाईट पद्धत आहे, आत्याकडे देता येतं. तर माझ्या दोन्ही बहिणींना आत्यांना दिली आणि भावाला माझ्या मामांकडे दिली. म्हटलं बाबा नशिबाने माझ्या वेळेला असा काही प्रकार नव्हता. आणि गांधीजींच्याकडे गेल्यावर गांधीजी सांगितलं सगळ्यांची लग्न बाहेर करा म्हणून आम्ही सुटकलो त्याच्यात. नाही तर आम्हाला कोणतरी आता किंवा मामाच्या घरी घालून टाकलं असतं. हा इतका प्रकार या ख्रिस्ती लोकांचा. दिसायला फार सोज्वळ दिसतात पण अकलेचे 12 वाजलेले आहेत. काही त्यांच्या डोक्यात जाणार नाही. आता माझे ह्या हिंदुस्थानात किती ख्रिस्ती शिष्य आहेत तुम्हाला माहिती आहे. इनमिन बाबा मामा सोडून कोण नाही. आणि सगळ्यांना अगदी बहिष्कार टाकलाय त्यांना माझ्यावर की हे काय करतेस तू, हे हिंदू धर्माचं कार्य करतेस. बरं हिंदू लोक असे म्हणतात की तुम्ही ख्रिस्ती धर्माचं कार्य करता. म्हणतो बरं झालं. तोही ठप्पा माझ्या डोक्यावर आहे की तुम्ही ख्रिस्ती धर्माचं कार्य करते, ख्रिस्ती धर्माचा प्रचार करता. तिकडे ख्रिश्चन लोक असं म्हणतात की तू हिंदू धर्माचं काम करतेस. अहो संन्यासाला काय धर्म जात असते की काय. पण हा प्रकार म्हणून मी मुद्दामून ह्याच्या जन्म घेतला. आणि इतका मला अंदाज आला होता सुरुवातीलाच की हे ख्रिस्ताच्या नावावर काय तमाशे करून राहिले. आणि आता ख्रिस्तानंतरच जन्म घ्यायचा तर इथेच घ्यावा म्हटलं बघ त्या त्या या सगळ्यांना. जर ते मला ह्यांचे सगळे प्रकार माहित नसते तर ह्या सगळ्यांना मी ठिकाणावर आणलं नसतं. म्हणजे हा सगळा प्रकार मला माहित होता त्यामुळे ह्या सगळ्यांच्या बरोबर मी बोलू शकले ना भेटू शकले. यांच्या काय चुकलं ते सगळं मला कळलं. पण हे जातीचं खूळ मात्र तुम्हाला आश्चर्य वाटेल की अजून तुम्ही मुसलमान झालात तरी असतं. तुम्हाला माहितीये काय कोणची तुम्ही केलं तरी जातीचं खूळ असेल. अहो तुम्हाला आश्चर्य वाटेल बुद्ध धर्मी झाले तरी ते जातपात बघतात. हा काय आपल्याला रोग लागलाय जातीचा ते मला आठवत. जातीतच लग्न करायचं काय फायदा आहे मला समजत नाही. आणि मग त्या दारुडा असे नका कसाही असे नका मरतुकडा असे नका काही असलं तरी जातीचा एक आहे ना. मग तिथे मग तो मुलींना छळे नका त्यांना मारून टाकलं चालेल. अहो हे पाप आहे राक्षसीपणा. हे पाप आहे. हे राक्षसीपणाच्या गोष्टी आहेत. आपल्या पोटच्या पोरींना तुम्ही असं कराल का. लहानपणी अगं बाई बबली बाबली सगळं होईल आणि मोठी झाली की जा चुलीत नाही तर जाऊन ते विहिरीत तुडी मार. काय केलं तरी चालेल. हुंडा द्यायचा हे सगळे जातीचे प्रकार तोडले पाहिजे. आता मला बघायचं आहे की आपल्या सहयोगी किती आपल्या मुलं मुली बाहेर लग्न करतात. त्यांचं तरी सुटलंय का म्हणजे ख्रिश्चन होतं आमचं सुटलं नव्हतं. आता सहयोगी झाल्यावर तरी सुटतंय काय बघायचं. त्याच्यावरही सुट्टा नाही जात. आपण त्या जातीचं तुमचा काय संबंध हे तुमचे सोयरे आहेत ना. हे तुमचे सोयरे होती. प्रत्येक दिवशी कोणचाही पेपर उघडला की त्या मुलीला जखमा केल्या तिला विहिरीत टाकलं दुसऱ्या मुलीला जाळून टाकलं तिसऱ्या. बघून बघून माझं नुसतं चित्त काढून गेलं. 2 दिवसापासून मी हेच बोलते की सगळा सहयोग करून सुद्धा जर तुम्ही जातीपाती जात असता तर तुम्ही सहयोग सोडा. आमचा तुमचा काही संबंध नाही. तुम्ही त्या जातीतच जाऊन मरा. तिथेच जोडे खा. हुंडा नाही दिला म्हणून तुम्ही हे पाठवलं नाही ते पाठवलं नाही असं कसं व्यवहार केला नाही अमकं पाठवलं नाही तमकं पाठवलं नाही. सगळे भिक्कारडे इथून तिथून. यांचा कसला समाज. असे मागासलेले अजून आपण किती आहोत. इतके मागासलेले आहोत. आधी जंगल्यासारखे वागतो. सहयोगात मुळीच जातपात चालणार नाही. ज्यांना जातपात ठेवायची त्यांनी कृपा करून सहयोग सोडून जावा. हा हे माझं म्हणणं नाही की तुमचं जर जातीत लग्न झालं किंवा असा जर आम्हालाच आता मी अगदी ठरवलं होतं की जातीत लग्न करायचं नाही दोन्ही जातीत नाही. पण आम्ही किती प्रयत्न केला तरी आमच्या नशिबी हेच दोघं आले. पण हे इतके उत्तम पोर आहेत की काय बोलायचं ते. ते नशिबानेच असं झालं. आम्ही इतका प्रयत्न केला मुलांसाठी की बाहेरच लग्न करा पण ते काय जुळलं नाही. तेव्हा आज ख्रिस्ताच्या ह्या शुभ जन्माच्या शुभ प्रसंगी आपण असा विचार केला पाहिजे की त्यांनी एवढे आपल्यासाठी हाल सोसले. आणखी त्याला क्रुसिफिक्शन झालं, क्रॉसवर चढवलं, खांबी दिलं, मारून टाकलं. ते सगळं आपल्यासाठी झालं ना, कारण आपण मूर्ख होतो. पण आता आपल्या मुलींनाच आपण सुळावर चढवतोय. म्हणजे केवढे मोठे आपण खरे लोक आहोत बरं. मुलींना सुळावर चढवून टाकायचं. बोललीस तर खबरदार, तुला मी मारूनच टाकेन, तुझ्या नवऱ्याचा मी खून करून टाकेन. बाकी मर्दुमकी काही नाही, बाकी काही नाही, मुलीवरच सगळी मर्दुमकी चालते. मला म्हणे की रामदासा नावाचा, रामदास काय म्हणतात, मराठा ते तुका मिळवावा. तर मराठ्यांना बघायला गेले तर कुठं गेले मराठे, बस्त्याला बसलेत. तलवारी कुठे आहेत, आता तलवारी कुठं माताजी, पेटे लावून बसले तिकडे बस्त्याला. हे नवीनच काढलंय बस्त्याला. मूर्खांना काय साडेचं समजतं का, आता साड्या खरेदी करा म्हणा आणि नेसा नंतर. 96 कुळी आहेत म्हणे. तर ह्या सर्व गोष्टींच्यामुळे कधी कधी असं वाटतं की एवढे मोठमोठाले आपल्या अवतरण झाली, इतके उदाहरण आले. अहो तहत किती वर्षापासनं ह्या जातीपातीवरती लोकांनी इतकं म्हणजे अगदी शरसंधान केलं, पण ते कोणाच्या डोक्यातच जात नाही का. गांधीजींचा पुतळा उभारा, त्यांना हार घाला. ते गांधीजी काय बोलत होते, टिळक काय बोलत होते, आगरकर काय बोलत होते. आगरकरने तेवढं ब्राह्मणांवर काढलं. गणू दासगणू काय म्हणत होते, ऋषी सरस्वती काय म्हणाले. अहो ते काय जरी असलं तरी माताजी असं आहे ना, आम्ही माळी आहोत, माळीतच लग्न भरं असं का.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। श्री